Alright, hello everyone, and this is my video on being an agnostic, atheist, humanist, secularist. I know that sounds like a magic spell, but any well-meaning atheist will describe themselves in a particular, and should be in that type of particular manner. Now, to give you a brief explanation of myself, is I grew up Baptist. I was probably religious up until I'll say maybe around the 12 or 13. And then the thing is, like, it's not like something bad happened to me. It's just the more and more I thought about religion, just the more and more it didn't make sense to me, and the more and more I saw that it just wasn't evidence based. So I just became an atheist, an agnostic atheist, because there was just no evidence to prove any of the claims that was made in the Bible. Now, this video isn't to convert individuals. It isn't to say that what I think is better than anyone else. It's not. It's not to do that. Because to do that is to say that my opinion and my world views are better than yours, and it's not. It's just the way that I see the world, and it's just I'm sharing it and with others, and this is primarily how other atheists and other agnostics view the world themselves. Now, to go into it, an atheist explains faith. Faith. That's it. It's everybody's an atheist to something. If you're a Christian, you're an atheist towards Thor. If you're probably an atheist towards Zeus and the Indian gods, to Vishnu and Geisha and all the other ones. You're probably an atheist towards them. You don't believe in them, so you're an atheist. I'm a pure atheist because I don't believe in any of the gods. Agnostic explains knowledge. An agnostic atheist is a person that does not have knowledge of a God. It hasn't been demonstrated to us, so we live our life as if one does not exist. It's just we don't have the knowledge of a God, so we don't live our life in accordance to one. And humanist, that more outlines your moral beliefs. A humanist is a person that believes that if you are a person, human or animal, but if you're a person, you are given certain inalienable rights. And the primary thing of being a humanist is if you can do whatever you want to do, you can believe in and do whatever it is you want to do, as long as you're not impeding on someone else or you're not harming someone else. As long as what you're doing is not harming someone and it makes you happy, you can do it. You have those rights. And it's not up to anyone else to try to take those rights away from you. And a secularist in this video, in this type of tense, will be more about political views. I believe that church and state should be separate. And I know a lot of Christians say that, oh, America is a Christian country. We were founded on Christian values. That's false. That's 100% absolutely false. My evidence of that is the First Amendment. A lot of people talk about the Second Amendment, but a lot of people don't realize that it's an amendment that comes before that. And that amendment is that we shall not establish a religion. We shall not favor one religion over another religion or religion over non-religion. And the person that came up with that is Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson is one of our founding fathers. Now, if we were a Christian country, why would the First Amendment in our Constitution be not to establish a religion? That does not make sense. And by the way, the First Amendment say we shall not establish a religion, and to run for political office, you do not need a religious test cannot be imposed upon you. So we're a secular society because our government is supposed to represent the people, not a religion. So that right there pretty much explains me as a person, how I view the world and how I live my life. Now, I know a lot of times, and another main point of this video would be to get rid of the stigma that comes with being an atheist, that people have towards atheists. The stigma of that we burn cats, that we hate God and we hate the devil. And personally, we view God and the devil both as fictional characters. We don't believe in either one of them. They're both made up in our eyes. And that we're just bad people. We're not. We're just like anyone else. I pay my bills. I take care of my wife. I work a job. I play Battlefield. I go to the mall. I do regular, everyday things. And other atheists, just like me, we do regular, everyday things just like everyone else. Just, we don't need no invisible deity to tell us to do such things. Now, that's pretty much the point of the video. And now I'm at 6 minutes. Okay. Now I'm gonna go over a few questions that I hear most as an atheist and things that I discussed with other people, being an atheist. And I'm just going to go over just some of them, not all of them. And if you have any more questions that you want me to answer, in my opinion, you can write them down below. This is going to be on both my Facebook and my YouTube. So you just leave that comment down there and I'll try to get to it and answer it. And the first question is, if you do not believe in a God, then where do you get your moral barometer? Where do you get your morals from? And as an atheist, we do not need a 2,000-year-old book to tell us what's right and what's wrong. Now, as humans, we have a thing called empathy. We are able to put ourselves in other people's position and think, do I want that person to do that to me? Would I appreciate what it is that person has done? And we're able to put ourselves in that position. That's how we are able to make, decisions, good or bad. It's a thing called empathy. And I'm not going to get into evolution and all this other stuff and how we've evolved to hold certain characteristics and certain traits and certain, values over others. That's another conversation for another day, and I'm probably not going to do it justice anyway because I'm not a biologist. The second question that we hear, and atheists hear and myself hear a lot, is what happens when you die? Nothing. That's it. Nothing happens when you die. Death is when the body is either too old or too damaged to continue working. That's it. That's all. The body just said, I'm done. So you're done. Now, your energy and your atoms might release into the universe, and that might affect things, and yada, yada. I'm not going to get into all that, but in the simplest form, nothing happens. And the last thing is, if you do not know the love of God, how can you love anyone else? Easy. You shouldn't need someone to love you in order for you to love someone in return. If you do, you're selfish. You're a selfish individual. Essentially when you say things like that, you're saying, I'm not going to love anyone else, if, someone don't love me in return. That's selfish. You should still show other people gratitude and empathy and love, and and you should still show some type of humility, even if someone don't love you. That should still just be something you should do if you're a good person, theistic or anti-theistic. So those there are a breakdown of my world views on why it is that I'm making this video. I want people to stop seeing atheists as an other, as a different sort of species. It seems kind of like it's not like we're silicone based while everybody else is carbon based. That's not the case. We're regular people. We do everyday things. We have families, we have pets, we have kids, we have dreams, we have hopes, we have aspirations. We're just like you. It's just we don't believe in a sort of deity. And that you can get a person like Hitler, who was a Christian, and you can get somebody like Stalin, who was an atheist. Both of those people were very, very bad. So you don't need, faith to be a good person, just like you don't need non-faith to be a bad person. Because at the end of the day, people are people. And if you're any type of decent human being, if you do something bad, you should take responsibility for what it is that you've done. Now, like I said, that's gonna be it for the video right there. If you have any other questions or concerns or comments or anything else, you can leave those at the bottom of the. You can leave those in a comment. I'll try to answer back to them, and let's all try to be, respectful about this. Let's all try to hear each other out. Let's all try to be adults about this and have a free, enlightened exchange of ideas with one another. Okay. Thank you. You all have a good day.